Yo, what's good? Welcome back to Single City Reactions, only on the Flexi Network. I'm the original anomaly. Welcome back to the channel. Yes, that's right. This is not my house right now. I am currently in the Airbnb. I'm taking part in a 48-hour stream with my boy House of Laughter, Moodoo over there. Yes, sir. Shout out to Dude. Yes, sir. Hope y'all enjoying yourself. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this reaction because we're going to be talking about Jaguar Wright right now because trust and believe me, this woman stresses me out. Ever since all these Jay-Z allegations been dispersed, been like debunked and everything, I've been looking at her funny this whole time because it's gotten to a point where like, you know what? You really are crazy. I ain't gonna lie to you. Let's keep it a full stack right now. You really are a little loose in the head. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know I talk too much. Look, we're gonna go straight into this video. Let's not waste any more time. This video, I believe, is by Louaista. Shout out to you, dog, because I've been seeing your content for a minute now. You've been doing your thing, bro. So with that being said, let's not waste no more time. Y'all know me. Y'all know me, bro. Let's go straight into this video, all right? Let's go.
Just a couple of years ago, Jaguar Wright was a name in showbiz that had been mostly lost in time. But now, her name is on everyone's lips because she can't stop producing dirt on some of the biggest stars in hip-hop. In fact, it's now at a point where she's making so many...
It's almost like she's doing it just for her own clout, just to get her name out there, to say that she's this kind of person, and she's not really making, like, real claims, because a lot of her claims have been walked back. Let's be honest. A lot of them have been walked back. And it's gotten to the point where, like, we see your play, and enough is enough because you're actually doing more harm than good with what you're doing. Just saying. Let's keep going.
Many wild claims that some of them don't even hit the gossip pages anymore.
Takeoff's death wasn't nothing but a corporate hostile takeover using his life as the god. Oh my God. That boy died so they could cash in him off insurance policy and to cover up the fact that Rock Nation was ripping Megan away from 300. I guess nobody's paying attention to the fact that complete control of Megan Thee Stallion's career was taken over right after Takeoff died, and the Prince family were forced to leverage and let her go, even though they did not want to.
As news of some of her biggest, most famous targets getting hit with legal drama emerged, Jaguar's word began to spread. And with it, some have begun to see her as a beacon of truth in a world of lies. But it's fair to say that while some of it might hold weight these days, other incidents have people wondering if she can really be seen as a credible source of info, or if she's just another loose cannon who's unadvisedly found a platform on the internet. And as time goes on, people are starting to wonder if she's been exploited by the same people who she thinks are helping her to get the truth out there. My name is...
That is a good question. I'm not going to lie to you. Because you can kind of see the exploitation in how she talks, to be honest. People that are sporadic like this, they're being used without a doubt. Maybe they're being used to shift the narrative, or they're being used to kind of take you away, like to completely rip you away from a narrative. You know what I'm saying? It's just interesting. It's just interesting to see, to be honest. So let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's dive into this. There's a lot of time in this one. Let's go.
Louaista, and this is why hip-hop doesn't respect Jaguar Wright. In recent times, Jaguar has picked up some major steam online, but not for her past as a neo-soul singer. Instead, she has rebranded herself as a self-proclaimed whistleblower, exposing what she claims are the dark secrets of the music industry. In particular, she's been going at Diddy and Jay-Z, and basically claiming that they are the two most abusive monsters in the industry. Beginning on IG Live before transitioning to interviews with outlets like Real Life TV, Jaguar has spent years depicting the two as a pair of evildoers. She initially targeted Diddy, accusing him of engaging in disturbing activities and dragging others along in his ruthless rise from Uptown Records to leading Bad Boy Records.
I was thinking to myself the other day, Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, Albie Shore, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only two left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting?
Along the way, she even sought to expose the root of his abusive nature, blaming the legendary music producer Clive Davis for creating a pattern of behavior that led Diddy to where he is today.
Ain't nobody looking at how Puff positioned himself. There was a wall of protection and talent and brilliance around him. Nobody had to look at him for real. And the truth is nobody did. Everybody laughed and joked about him. dancing like a fucking idiot on them damn videos, twirling around in circles. This nigga been wild, like, you know. So I'm just saying, they didn't know. And he wasn't telling them. They just know he got the budget. He go to LA, he talk to Clive, he come back with the bread. Apparently, he has this man's confidence. Yeah, I'm sure that man was very confident with his penis in his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Clive is a whole freak.
I didn't hear that part. I ain't gonna lie to you. I did not. I've never heard that part before in my life. Hey, yo. Let's get that out the way. Hey, yo. But now, here's the thing. Because it's coming from Jaguar Wright now, it's not necessarily true anymore. We can't trust her claims. There was definitely a point where we could. But now that Jay-Z is stepping out and really standing on business, we have to look at her claims funny now because Jay-Z, I'm not saying he proved everything, but like the way that he approached it, it kind of shut her down. You understand what I'm saying? Because like Jaguar Wright is known for just, it's not even whistleblowing. She just yapping straight, literally straight. So because it's all yap, originally we're like, oh, no way. No way, because she's the only one speaking to this. But now that other people are speaking towards this and shutting down her claims, I look at her funny. Like, if y'all watch the deleted video that I posted, we have to look at her funny because it's gotten to a point now where it's just like, what are we talking about here? What is the goal? What are we really trying to do here with all this info? You know, because all this information is out and it's been out for years, but we haven't done anything. So now what?
I know. Clive, that's what he do. Queen Clive. Long may she reign. In hell, don't nobody want to talk about why R. Kelly's bus was parked in Clive Davis's driveway, why his tour bus was parked in Clive Davis's driveway at the house where the shit went down between Chris and Rihanna. Don't nobody want to talk about why it was filled with video.
That story I hold true to this day. I'm sorry. That story with Chris and Rihanna, I hold that true. Because if that is really true, I'm looking at him funny forever. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sorry. Personal opinion, I know. But if there's a Chris Brown video out there that kind of explains like the life of Chris Brown, I'll explain. I'll explain there.
Tommy with the one gift man. Thank you so much, brother.
Yep, shout out.
Ain't nobody for me to say it.
Amazon last minute deals are here.
And anything?
Other times, Jay-Z is the one that she's had major beef with her claiming that he is every bit as evil as Diddy is now being portrayed as. And while she speaks on behalf of Diddy's victims from an outside perspective, her claims against Hove are more personalized, as she claims that she suffered at his hands.
Your partner is just as bad as the diddler. And I know that's for a fact. I got the scars to prove it. I know what a box cutter feels like going into your skin and ripping you. I can tell you how it feels. Y'all ain't seen shit yet.
What did they do to her, bro? I'm gonna keep it. What did they do to her to make her act this way? Cause it's this is crazy. I'm gonna keep it really honest with y'all. This is absolutely crazy.
Gassy shit, that's nothing.
So are you trying to say like Jay-Z put hands on you?
I'm saying Sean Carter.
Why is she looking at the camera like that?
He did to me and he's got it on tape. Just like Diddy. It's gonna be the women that get him in the end.
As the subject of Diddy's behavior went from seedy industry secrets to become more mainstream, people began to look at her in a whole new light. It's crazy how no one cared when she came out with this originally. She talked about...
That's the problem. That right there is the problem. When we listen to these voices, we have to listen to her. That's the problem. And I'm not saying anything as in like we ignore this. But because we say this for everybody, and now everybody has a voice, it creates a problem because who do you trust? It's tough. We know these celebrities are not like reliable people in terms of like, you know, like how great they are as a person, because behind closed doors they're really not. But because we have people like this speaking now, it's hard to really say what's true and what's not, because now the truth is jaded. Because they say it's crazy how no one cared when she came out with this originally. Off that sentence already, now I have to be like, oh great, here we go. Let me go back and listen to her. Maybe there's something in there. And as you listen, now you're like, okay, hold on. That right there don't sound right. This whole story is just off. Yeah, you're right. There is something wrong here. See, that's the problem, because now, what if she's been lying this whole time? What if she's been saying, whatever, go on with it, do what you want? What if she's been doing that this whole time? Then what? Then what? It's tough, bro, because now everybody has a voice. Who's telling the truth? Who's telling the truth?
About people coming for her, trying to take her out. To think that everyone laughed at her and came down and said that she was crazy and jealous because she didn't succeed as she wanted. This woman has been telling us the truth for years. With demand for dirt on Diddy developing, Jaguar was then called upon by major media figures like Piers Morgan to discuss the issue. And soon, she would prove that she was too much for them by going off script.
Why there's no vindication for me? Because for 4 years, I've been screaming, not just Diddy, but Diddy and Jay-Z are monsters. And the victim-making machine kept going on. Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Robert Kelly, Sean Combs have one person in common, professionally and privately. Sean Carter. I have 3 victims right now who are willing to give testimony about not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Suddenly, Piers Morgan found himself forced to apologize on her behalf, while Jay-Z's lawyers demanded the interview to be taken down, ironically censoring a show that calls itself Uncensored.
Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce during their interview. As I said in the moment, they were not present to respond or defend themselves, but now they have. Their lawyers contacted us to say that those claims were totally false and have no basis in fact, and we've therefore complied with the legal request to cut them from the original interview. Editing interviews is not something we do lightly at a show called Uncensored, but like the proverbial prize of fire at a crowded theatre, there are legal limits on us too. We apologise to Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Since then, people have began questioning not just Jaguar's claims, but also her controversial past. Many have debated whether it's responsible to give her a platform, and whether she's ever had the kind of influence she claims is enough to gain access to the music industry's elites. Jaguar Wright is obviously, visibly not well. Documented crisis and breaks. She's being exploited. Also, she wasn't in no rooms, ain't nobody's inner circle, and is making up most of what she says. She's even gotten details of even partially factual stuff wrong, going all the way back to when she was talking about how Uptown started. But more importantly, honestly, she's not okay.
This is what I'm talking about. Everyone has a voice. You're either going to attack or defend. You're going to be on the offensive or you're going to be on the defensive. This is definitely on the offensive, but because everybody has a voice on the internet now, it's tough to say what's true and what's not. And on top of that, it's just gotten to the point where a lot of people just stop listening. A lot of people are really refusing to listen to these kind of comments now, because who do we follow? Who's telling the truth? Who's lying? We don't know. So you know what? Instead of just investing our time, how about we step away from it, and then y'all do your thing and blow up the industry, and yeah, you know, just keep doing what you're doing. It's hurting the industry more than fixing it. I don't think everybody needs a voice like this, if we want to be completely honest. Now, you know me, I walk on the path of duality. I'm on both sides. I understand both sides. But when I see things like this now, I shift more to the offensive side, because it's gotten to the point where the defensive, you sound weird. You sound super weird now, because now your ass is on Front Street. We can see you for who you are. Bro, your time is coming, bro. Your time is wrapping up. That's all I'm saying.
Meanwhile, her supporters would suggest that quotes like this from Naima Cochran, a thing.
And when you think about it, if this was really 4 years ago, what started 4 years ago? Lockdown. I'm not saying the other word because I don't want no issues, but like the whole lockdown situation with all like with everyone getting sick and all that. Y'all know, 2020, y'all know, come on. But that technically started in that year. They're saying this happened 4 years ago, no? We're in 2024 right now. 4 years ago was 2020. So if it started in that time period, that's already a problem because in that time period, a lot of people weren't themselves. Being locked in, being locked down, it took people out of character. It created very harsh realities for a lot of people. And what if this personality, what if this character was developed in that time period? What do we say to that now? No?
Music writer are just another example of people trying to stifle the truth. With Jaguar's name getting dragged through mud in some circles and celebrated in others, and did she ever really have the access to the famous faces that she claims to have so much secretive information?
They're going crazy
in order
over there.
to answer these questions, we need to take a look at her actual resume. Born in New Jersey but raised in Philly, Jaguar was a singer with a powerful voice who found herself working with some of the biggest names in hip-hop. And long before she ever made accusations against Jay, they actually worked together. For starters, she provided the iconic vocals for numerous songs for Ho's iconic MTV Unplugged. When she wasn't working with Jay, she also collabed with people like The Roots, Black Alicious, and Belong before Jag, who is also the cousin of Erykah Badu, signed a deal with MCA. Released in 1992, her debut album Denials, Delusions, and Decisions came afterwards, peaking at number 56 on the charts. Meanwhile, she and Jay were seen together as late as 2004 when she appeared at the second anniversary party for his 44 Club in New York. But shortly after this, things began to go off the rails for Wright. After dropping her second album record in 2005 to much less impressive numbers, the singer has since then only turned in guest appearances from time to time, alongside the occasional single. Now left with a career that's been in a major slump for years, Jag's name only resurfaces when she aims to expose what she claims is the corruption within the music industry. At times, this crusade has even led her to target some of the very stars that she once worked with.
Hey, auntie.
This era for Jag really began in 2020, where she made a series of accusations against
Ain't that suspicious?
against people that were once in her crew. At one time, Jag was a member of the Soul Aquarians Collective, a group of creatively driven artists who focused on providing a new flavor to hip-hop and R&B by offering a fresh, soulful alternative to the gangster rap that was dominating the mainstream. But according to Jag, the same type of exploitation and corruption that she accused the industry elites of was just as prevalent within her own circles, including her former collaborators in The Roots. In an explosive allegation, Wright claimed that the members of the Philly group used to help none other than R. Kelly get his mitts on underage individuals, or at the very least, turn a blind eye.
Look at R. Kelly. Look at fucking R. Kelly. The Roots was around when that nigga was in the A group, sending his driver off to go get girls from what was the middle school? What was that? I know they picked up girls from Martin Luther King. They picked up girls from Greg's.
I'm not disagreeing with it, but it just sounds crazy to hear. And now, fast forward 2024, what's really true? We don't know.
They picked up girls from what was the name? Junior high. No, they picked up girls from BAC from the Bad Girls School up Allegheny. They brought them to the studio. They brought them to Larry Gold's studio. Everybody knew what the was going on in that room, and I was told to my mama, no business about what it was right here. A member of the Roots told me that ain't none of your business. That man makes people millionaires. I'm gonna tell y'all why I never studied on this music shit for real.
Considering that the Roots are supposed to be a conscious rap group, this kind of allegation could ruin their entire image. But like many of
Sorry, I'm a dancer. I apologize. I'm moving around a lot. I know. Sorry.
The people that she's accused of heinous crimes, they've pretty much shrugged it off. The only time that they seem to have...
This is Dead Zone Rogue, an upcoming FPS roguelike set in space with a little bit of a horror under...
even hinted at the claims came when Questlove delivered a DJ set online just days after she made her claims, and seemed to subtly and creatively shade his former friend via music. Unfortunately
I gotta cut that whole part out for real. I can't have that music playing.
for Jaguar,
No copyright.
this is generally how most of her claims are meant, because no matter what she says, there's a lingering sense that she isn't a credible witness. It happened again when she made allegations against fellow Soulquarian and former boyfriend Common. Back in the day, Jag and the Chi-Town rapper were together, and in a claim that could potentially damage Common's relatively squeaky clean image for a rapper, she said that he moved real shiftily at times.
Goddamn Common. Next thing I know, we go to bed. He like, oh, come on, Jay. No, I'm tired, nigga. I'm on the stage all night. I want to lay down. I'm gonna lay down in the bed. I lay down with my clothes on. You know what I mean? I'm a survivor. I know how to buy myself a little time. You know what I mean? Just in case a nigga try to get out of hand, you gotta pull my pants down. By the time you get my pants down, I promise you, I'm hooking off in your jaw. That's how I feel. The next thing I wake up this morning, I feel something poking in my face, right? And it's just poking in my face, poking in my face. What the? And I'm like, and I open my mouth. This nigga trying to stick my mouth while I'm asleep. Lonnie and Lynn, Rashid, Common, whatever you wanna call yourself.
Damn.
That's why I stopped with it.
As usual, these claims caused a bit of ruckus online initially, but Common soon clapped back. Where Questlove looked to discredit her, the former good music artist responded with a lot of empathy and concern for Jag.
Let me say this, man. God bless Jaguar. I really don't have any negative thoughts towards her. I was for surely disappointed and hurt when she said what she said about me because it wasn't true. And I know people that have experienced sexual assault, and that's not anything to just say if it's not true. But I also just understand that she may be going through some things that I don't understand. So in all truth, I went through like different emotions. I was like, man, why is she saying that this is like not true? Why? Like, how is this gonna affect me?
Since then, she has slightly shifted her narrative about Common. However, her claims remain just as accusatory, particularly when it comes to his personal life.
Which is why I broke it off with Common, because I was about to get my shot and I didn't want anybody giving him credit for my work. So it was kind of greasy for Talib to slide in after Common. But I mean, I just wish Lonnie would tell the truth. You're bisexual. Clearly you don't love black women because all you do is abuse them. Socially, you're always clout chasing off of women. Like, come on, what makes him a relevant rapper? Who really gives a shit? We already got one dookie hole brother out there, you know, doing what he's doing. We got Will Smith out there. We don't need Common.
Despite everything she said about him, his sexuality, and his true nature behind the scenes, Common seemed more concerned about her getting help than anything else. And whether or not you think that's a diversion, the point remains that when it comes to Jaguar, her perceptive instability is what prevents people from taking her seriously. Across her interviews and in very public outbursts, Jaguar has made it fairly clear that she is unfortunately a woman who is reckoning with extreme trauma. In one of her most infamous incidents, she was seen getting into an altercation at a garage before pouring her late son's ashes all over her.
Oh, my son. Oh, my son. They're all dead. 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 They're all dead.
Even the tragic passing of her son is shrouded in controversy. In several conversations, she has alleged that his death...
Was that a ritual? Was that a ritual? What the hell was that?
was orchestrated as a sacrifice meant to send her a message when he refused to betray her. According to her claims, Jay-Z's Rock Nation was once again implicated in the situation.
Your son, he died because of
He
your
was targeted because he's my son. He was working on his EP. I bought Philadelphia for him so he didn't have to sign to a company because I knew what it was going to do. He interned at Rock Nation and they approached him to sacrifice me. He got caught up in a case. He went into the system and when he got out, got to the halfway house, I moved us here. I saw his death when he was 19. I moved us here to stop it, to to prevent it, to avoid it. And it happened anyway.
Following Giovanni's death in 2018 from a gunshot wound in Arlington, Texas, Jaguar began to emerge. And according to her, this is no coincidence, and it's what set her on the path she's on now.
His death is why I do what I do.
When you see Jaguar talk about what happened to her firstborn, it's clear that it still haunts her on a daily basis.
Who's the father?
And was the catalyst for her decision to hold the industry to account. While one of her children is often cited as the reason she risked her reputation and possibly even her life to share her truth, another of her children has dismissed her allegations, calling them the desperate words of a fading star trying to hold onto the spotlight. During an interview with Tasha K, Jaguar's son, Sam Odom Jr.
Tasha K is not good. Not a good source. Not a good source at all. She's one shady woman, brother. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. You cannot trust that source.
Jr. claimed it was a ploy to raise her profile and bring her back to prominence.
As they say, hate the sin, not the sinner. And over this year and a half, I realized all the wrongs that my mother has struck upon me and has tried to do with me. To an all-encompassing degree,
He's doing the same play. He's literally running the same play as her. You're not hearing it in the tone of voice and how he's carrying himself? It's more professional, yes. But he's using the same tone as his mother. Energy's passed down from child to child. From father to daughter, father to son, mother to son, mother to daughter. That same energy that he has within him came from his mother. He's doing the same play, and we already know that because Tasha K is a terrible source. She pushes more negative narratives than positive at all. And she's built her brand up on that to the point where she got sued. Keep that in mind.
she's attempted to use me as a pawn, a weapon and shield against those whom she hates, including her own family, for her own purposes, to manifest her ideal reality into real life, and that is to be the hit star that she never was.
Listen to this.
Or at least the hit star that she tried to be, but was stolen away from her when those in a higher position used her as a sacrifice.
Now, in all fairness, people are willing to discredit this too on the grounds that he seems as unhinged as her, if not more.
What did I just say?
What he says at face value, it ultimately represents something dark, in that if you can find someone willing to speak that badly about their mother like that on a major platform, there must be some bad blood there. And when you couple it with everyone else weighing in to take aim at her, then it doesn't exactly do wonders for her attempts to be taken seriously as the person shining the light on the darkness of the industry. As Jaguar has become more and more prominent, it has become increasingly common for others to try and give the public some perspective on whether or not she should be taken seriously. Following her appearance on Piers Morgan, Ray J jumped into the conversation to say that if she had something to say, it should have been done on a platform that was for the culture. Instead, she was just clout chasing to garner fame of her own.
People were listening. You got our attention. Is what you're saying true? Because this shit is outrageous. But I came to the conclusion that once I see the story about me and what you have to say about me and situations in my past, that is where I started to understand that you are totally fabricating stories and you are a complete liar. So now I'm gonna go further. How dare you disrespect Jay-Z and Beyonce? Jay-Z is an OG. Don't ever disrespect Beyonce, because now that you're lying on me, and I know for sure that all the shit you're saying is a lie. And I'm not talking about me, because I don't know about what you said about me, because that's nonsense. What I do care is you talking about Beyonce. I don't like when people talk about Beyonce.
For some, however, Ray J's public dismissal of her had the opposite effect. Instead of discrediting her, it made her claims seem even more believable. But for others, it highlighted a double standard at the heart of the reporting around Jaguar. Because if she can make claims without any hard evidence, surely they can do the same in response. So what I'm getting from this is that Jag can say all the BS she wants, but when someone calls her BS a lie, they are not credible? Yep, pretty much. Where platforms like Real Life TV are making bank by getting Jaguar on screens whenever possible, there are other content creators who've gone out of their way to clarify that they would never work with her. After she produced an apparent screenshot of Vlad asking her for an interview, DJ Vlad issued a statement to say that not only would he not work with her, but that he feels uneasy about anyone who would do so. Jaguar Wright...
Why Vlad has his hair like that, bro? You don't look good, bro. Cut that. You look crazy. You look like a grown child. Cut that hair off, bro.
...has never been invited to do an interview, and she never will be. This is someone who seems to be suffering from mental illness. Anyone who interviews her is taking advantage of a mentally disabled person for views. These days, Vlad isn't the only one in the media space who's speaking out against her either. After she began alleging that he was secretly gay and had been involved with Diddy's longtime friend Stevie J, Joe Budden also stepped in to share his thoughts on the matter.
What did Joe do?
I think he should come out of the closet.
Hey, Joe is not gay.
Honey, he's a Diddy to walk by.
So what you trying to say, Jared?
What I'm trying to say is when is his take with Stevie J gonna come out?
In the after...
That's why they're not going on black platforms. We tend to gossip too much. That's the issue. And because we gossip so much and everyone's gossiping, who do you believe? People step away from it instead of invest into it. Because if all you're going to do is sit there and gossip, you're not really going to get the views that you really want. Meanwhile, all the other platforms out there, they're getting the views. The culture, the community, we need to step away from all this drama-ish and speak more towards facts. Credible facts. If you want people to watch you, want people to invest into your show and everything like that, you got to make sure that you have things that are credible, right? And this is coming from a music industry standpoint. Because when you have all these talk shows and everything, it's the music industry that really pushes it. Politics, no. Unless you have the president pulling up, it's not going to work. But when it comes to the music industry, you don't even need people from the music industry to talk about the music industry. Because all you need is literal facts instead of drama. Okay, look at Wendy Williams, for example. Show's been on a decline. Let's keep it a band. And she's crossed a lot of people. I'm not saying where she is right now is the reason why. But you need to understand at the same time, if you're going to talk bad on people and lie at the same time, you're going to get more negative reviews and more negativity pushed towards you than positivity. And you want that positivity. But she refuses to step away from the drama. Where's her show now? It's gone. Let's be honest. That's what it is.
Aftermath of these comments, Joe explained that he felt she was just trying to recreate the level of notoriety that her claims against Diddy brought her, even if there was no validity to them anymore.
She's grabbing the salacious and very...
And how dare you step to Joe Budden? I've been watching and listening to this man for a very long time. He likes to joke around a lot. He jokes around a little too much, let's be honest. But trust and believe me, when it comes to Joe Budden, he's actually speaking towards what's going on than just drama. Now, he entertains it, which is the part of him joking. But if you really listen to him and really understand when he's speaking some truth and he's speaking towards fact, best believe it's true. Let's be honest.
Very obvious headlines and expounding on them with shit.
And also, that's a personal opinion of mine. If you have a different opinion, I completely understand that. But like I said, my personal opinion. So let's keep going.
Again, I'm only saying this because I heard her say out of her mouth that she saw a video of Stevie J and Joe Budden. So I know I can say with 100% certainty, that this lady just be saying shit to add to the luster of whatever she's saying.
He wasn't alone in this view either. Because for plenty of social media users, they felt that being right about one individual wasn't enough for everything she says to be respected. She also said that Lauren London was an American Idol contestant who set up Nipsey Hussle to be murked. When this whole saga began, Jaguar Wright seemed to be a woman with a singular cause. And at the beginning, she acted like Hov and Diddy were the ones she wanted.
That's always been my focus. They're one and the same. Tell me something. When you have a peanut butter jelly sandwich, if it's just peanut butter, it's just peanut butter. If it's just jelly, it's jelly. When you put it together, it becomes a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and the taste is
The hell are you talking about, lady?
undeniable.
But now that she's got an audience, it feels like she won't let up, and the net is getting wider to incorporate everyone, from Alicia Keys to Mary J. Blige and even supermodels.
You want to know what's funny though? Yeah. Naomi Campbell is finally being pregnant.
Yeah. Y'all ain't heard?
Whoever DeVille is finally being kept.
Hey, I've seen
get something on that.
Just tell me any woman that Mike Tyson has to put a restraining order on
Just drop.
needs to be checked.
Give me back. Oh, wait.
I keep telling everybody, diddy, gilane.
This is Black Platforms, y'all. Just gossip. What happened to us, bro? What happened to the old school BET days when everything was popping, everything was blessed? Now it's just all gossip and nonsense. It's sad to see.
I'm still trying to figure out how she pulled that off. Where she was able to get a white woman to go to jail for.
That is the question.
That's a bad fuck.
That is the question.
As the need to keep feeding the demand for content and remain relevant intensifies, things just keep getting wilder to the point that she's even accusing her fellow critics of Diddy and Hove of just being as devious as them, including none other than 50 Cent.
50 Cent is trying to take down Diddy.
No, he's trying to move Diddy and Jay-Z out the way so he can run it. And the truth is, I ain't mad at him. I just don't trust him. Because the truth is, he would just be another kind of monster in another kind of way. He don't want things to change. He just want to be the one that's running it. See, easiest thing to do is to take your enemy's feet and hold them to the fire for things you know that they won't admit.
Where it once seemed like she was on a crusade to bring two people down, Jaguar is now functioning more like a content creator and speaking on issues that are way beyond her grasp. More recently, the death of Liam Payne, which she again tried to link back to death.
Yo.
The thing is, they say he went on his own.
Hey, do what you gotta do. I got 2 minutes here.
2 minutes?
Yeah, and I pull up.
All right. I was gonna say if you don't mind just pausing that for 1 second.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll pull up then. Don't worry. Yeah. Let's go.
All right, yeah.
Things that I considered as I speculate. This is all my speculation. None of
Yeah,
this
we don't
is
trust
true
you.
yet. But what if somebody told him he had to jump off? What if he would have rather jumped and be pow, you know? Or maybe imminent danger was there and
It's
that was
alleged
the
that-
only escape.
With Jaguar now being known more as a conspiracy theorist, it looks like she'll never be known as anything else by the vast majority of the world today. As while they tune in to see her dish dirt on the latest celebrity in her crosshairs, it has completely overshadowed her talent as an artist. I'm just irritated that I've never heard of her before the expose videos. She has a beautiful voice. Whether she's telling the truth, is making it all up, or the truth lies somewhere in between, it's obvious that Jaguar's legacy is one that is much different than what she set out to have. And now, it looks like it's going to define her. But whether that's a bold woman exposing hip-hop's ills, or an unstable individual who doesn't deserve to be taken seriously, depends on how you personally feel. But as has become clear, most of those in the industry, and even some of her own flesh and blood, think that she's lost her mind, or is clout chasing in hopes of reviving a non-existent career. Now, if you want to find out more about what
She can't revive her career off that. I'm gonna keep it a band with you. She's stuck in her lane. She dug a hole so far that she can't even climb out of it. She's not gonna sing anymore. She probably doesn't have her voice. Sad to see, unfortunate. You know what? Go ahead, subscribe, notifications on. It's that easy, bro. It's that easy to do, man. Let's go. Anyway, final thoughts. Yo, this narrative in the industry needs to change. It's gotten to the point now where it's just so repetitive in this. This is what we're known for now. Like, we need to get out of this bubble because it's actually hurting the industry more than doing positive for it. You know, so we really got to figure out different lanes how we can expand and get away from this, because this is the poison in the industry that makes everything worse. And now people are going to look at the community now. We're going to be looked at as weird because this is what we have going on. This is what we're talking about. This is what we invest our time into. No, we got to shift away from this so we can actually push forward again and actually lead in the music industry again, because technically we're not. Let's be honest. But those are my thoughts. Anyway, this is Single Seated Reactions only on the Flexing Mind Network. Take care, be well, be safe. Stay true, be you, live long, and long live. Peace. Yo, look at this kitchen, bro. This shit nice. Anyway, take care, y'all.